If you and I talk 5 years from now, you will have done something between now and then to either grow your business, maintain your business, or lose your business.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and the wisdom of how they sold their first million.
How would you like to achieve your first million? And today we have Curtis joining us from United States, and he have a strong background and can speak about strong behavioral development and related to business and personal success. He also covered the topics of entrepreneurship and behavior and business execution perspective. So, Curtis, tell us, in your opinion, what are the 5 steps that entrepreneurs should be doing out there in order to achieve the first million?
Absolutely, Harry. It's nice to be with you today. I appreciate the opportunity to chat with you and your audience. I love the work you're doing in helping to support entrepreneurship and develop entrepreneurs. A lot of great stuff out there that you've done, and so again, very appreciative. I run a not-for-profit called the Institute for Biomedical Entrepreneurship, and I also run a behavioral science company called EurekaConnect. Wow. And so since 2017, we've launched over 200 companies or helped to advance 200 companies in biopharma device. So it's a very complicated market. So when you ask me the 5 things, number one, and this is applicable for any industry, what's the problem you're solving for? Just find a problem that has materiality to a large group of people. And that problem, you need to be able to define it well. I know many companies fail because they don't define the problem well. They typically have an idea or a product looking for a solution, looking for a market, right? They have an idea scientifically, they can do something in the lab in the world I exist in. So understand your problem. Number 2 is the solution itself, the product. Is that product well developed? And in the industry I work in, it's regulated. So you have to validate it with a third party. You have to prove safety and efficacy. You have to do this through, a series of preclinical, clinical research where you're testing it in human beings. That's an arduous and lengthy and costly process. Okay, but again, validating the importance of your product should be applicable anywhere, whether it's selling pizza or clothing, right?
100%.
The third one, I would combine 2 elements, which are potential and profitability. What's the potential? How big is the market? Can you quantify it? And this is one that often confuses people because they'll say, well, let's say your podcast, for instance. The potential is anybody that has a computer or a cell phone. The potential is that anybody that has access to the internet could watch this today. What's the attainable market for Harry? What's attainable? It's not 8 billion people. And this is something where people will say, well, my potential market's 8 billion people. No, it's not. It's not 8 billion. Okay? And profitability is important because you're going to have to raise capital. And you got to be able to show, if in our world, I'm working on a project right now it's a platform technology to go after antimicrobial resistance. Okay. And the first therapeutic area we're targeting to develop the product before you get it to market, we need to raise $86 million.
Yeah.
So before that product makes a dime, you're going to spend $86 million to just get it to the market. All right.
Wow.
So you've got
a lot of money.
A lot of money. Yeah. So you've got to be able to understand what are you going to do with that product once you get it approved, FDA approved for market? Are you going to sell it to a strategic like a Pfizer or Merck or a Lilly? Are you going to continue to build it and create the next Pfizer, which requires hiring a sales force? The average sales rep, fully loaded cost for a sales rep is over $250,000. Right? So if you're going to hire 400 of them, do the math.
100%.
And you've already spent the 86 million, right? And then you look at how will it scale. Many of the products I work with, Harry, the exit is between phase 2, when you've proved that there's some efficacy, it's going to cure the disease, and before you've actually tested it in human beings to validate that. That's where the inflection point is, because you've spent maybe 10 million or 20 million, and now you sell it for, a company I worked with, Momenta. They had a portfolio of products in the anti-inflammatory space.
Wow.
And they sold it to J&J for $6.5 billion.
Wow. That's an amazing exit.
Yeah, amazing exit. Very, very well done. The most important one is my number 4, which is the people. Nothing gets done without people. You were saying that you're scaling your business right now. You've got to hire good people. You can't be in Singapore, London, and Miami all at the same time. Now, you could talk to people in Singapore, London, and Miami.
Yeah.
But you can't be there. So how do you scale? And who are the people you put around you? And are they the people that are elevating your idea? Do they believe in your idea? Do they support the idea? And can they challenge your idea and your thinking? And this is where I spend most of my time. So my behavioral science company, EurekaConnect, we use validated instruments to develop a behavioral profile. And I like to call it behavioral mechanism of action. Why does Harry act and react the way he does? Why does this guy from Cuba decide to go into leadership and start a podcast and build a client base all over the world? Why does he do that? Well, it's a function of motivational theory, energy, dominance, discipline, and competing. It's a function of his interpersonal skills, social skills, goodwill. There's a myriad of things that you do. My next one then is, again, combining 2 elements. What is your plan and what is the progress? Meaning, what is that you're going to do? And then progress. How are you going to execute? What have you done before you got on this call with me? You've established a client base. If you and I talk 5 years from now, you will have done something between now and then to either grow your business, maintain your business, or lose your business. How would you describe that? I'm sorry, Harry.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Depends on the actions.
Yeah. So execution, it's about relentless execution. So that plan and progress would be that 5th element. How did we do?
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.